Hello and welcome back, guys. So in this video we will be working on the resume section, the CSS part of this resume section. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go to styles.css. I'm really sorry about it. Okay, and I'm gonna write resume CSS and make comment line over here. Right, so I'm gonna write resume options items. So the very first thing that we'll be working on these items. Okay, I'm gonna make this thing as width as 1%. I'll tell you why in a moment, but for now I'm gonna write transition all 0.3 as ease in and out, ease in and out. Okay, and write, you know, maybe make the padding block as 24 px. Okay, padding inline as 24 px. Okay, I'm gonna make the color as 000 and right. So yeah, after that color would be 000. That way everything would be black by default. Okay, and after that I'm gonna make the cursor as pointer. So if anyone would hover their mouse, it would look like a button. And next part is I'm gonna add border top radius, top right radius, right, as 20 px, top bottom right. Okay, I know you wouldn't see that now, but I'm just going to write this part and now you will see the resume options items hover. Okay, and I'm gonna write background linear gradient. Okay, minus 90 degrees, and var primary app color and secondary app color. Now you see this thing. Okay, it doesn't really work. I don't know why. Let me just check what's wrong with it. Okay, so basically the width that I have made over here. So let me just make the width as 100 and now you'll see what happens. Let me just reload. Doesn't really make the difference, but so yeah. Okay, so let me just write this thing. I by mistakenly wrote this thing very wrongly. So now as you can see, this animation that you're seeing over here, we are having, let me just make this thing as color white. So now look at this part. So we are having this animation. So now if you can see this thing, we are having an animation this way. So now I'm gonna make the width as 1% and I'm gonna write width as 100% over here. Okay, so now see what's gonna happen. See the, so now we will have this animation that you're seeing over here. Okay, this thing works. After that, after this part, we will basically work on the icons span. I'm not gonna do much. I'm gonna add the same padding block, padding block as 24 px, and margin block and margin inline as 24 px. That way everything will be equivalent. All right, cool, looks really good in my opinion. Right now now we'll basically handle the state perhaps yeah, like when it is selected, this thing should be highlighted. So in order to do that, it's actually very simple. It's like, we just have to create a class which would have the styling of the hover part. I'm gonna create a class called selected. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm gonna do the same thing, background linear gradient. I'm gonna make this thing 45 degrees, where primary app color, secondary app color. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to play with the states. I'm going to wrap this up using flower brackets, and I'm going to write education is equals to true is equals to false. That means education is not selected, and if that is the case, I will choose this thing. And if it is selected, if the state is true, I'm going to add a class called selected. So now you can see this thing. One thing that we have to do on the selected state is that we need to add the width. We need to make the width as 100% and color as 1 white. Okay, so as you guys can see, education is connected. Similarly, we will create the states for these other values also. I hope that you can do that by yourself. I'm gonna quickly copy and paste each and every value over here. Okay, right, I'm just going to change the projects. Okay, and programmings. Okay, and work history. So now I guess this thing works properly. So now the difference between that and this is that on the left hand side we are having this nice background color right over here, and also we'll create this animation type. This part, the U shape. I don't know what is the cross shape or whatever you may call it. We'll add that. Don't worry about it. And let me just quickly create. Let me just see what is the class name that I gave for the where is it? Okay, I BG new, right? It's over here. So I'm gonna add a background, create a background new for it. So let me just go over here. I'm gonna write BG new. I'm gonna copy and paste the same thing again. Okay. Maybe make the color as white as well. I don't have to make the color white. I can do that by coming over here, and yes, you have guessed it right. I'm just gonna write text white over here. Okay, that way it will automatically make it in that way. All right, fair enough. Looks great. Okay, now we will work on the I'm gonna add a box shadow to it. So let me remove the okay, yeah, let me add a box shadow to this part. Okay, but before that let me just work on the outer section, which is this part, I believe. Resume outer section. Okay, so let me just copy and paste it right over here. Right, so I'm gonna write padding top as 100 px, padding bottom as 100 px. Okay, I'm gonna write background color as primary app color. Okay, and I'm gonna make the color as this thing white, so that it would look something like this. Okay, and after that, okay, for this part we also need to give bg white to make this part white. Okay, I'll show you how we can do that. We don't have to add bg white over here. Okay, after that resume color this white, and Yeah, now the part is that we just need to add the clip path to it. So the cross path that I've told you, I have memorized it. So I'm just gonna quickly write it up. Polygon, and it's 0, 11%, and 100%, 0. You don't have to memorize it because just because I've memorized it. Okay, I'm gonna write so that way we are having this thing. How did I know? I've worked on it for like so many days, and I was using this application that way. I'm having that. I've created this. Similarly, I can just copy this up and directly write it over there. Never mind. If you do not know, that's completely fine. And after that, I'm gonna write resume news section as color as background color as white. Yeah. That way it will be white. Okay, I guess we can see this thing. Okay, so now I guess we are done with this part. Okay, so now in the next video, we also need to add a box shadow. I forgot to add a box shadow, so let me quickly add a box shadow to it. This part, right? Box shadow, not box sizing. Add a box shadow to it. I'm gonna add 10px, 10px, 31px on the blur, and I'm gonna make this thing as 1c, 1c, 1c. So yeah, it would look something like this. Doesn't really make a lot of difference, but looks fine to me. And also we'll add some margin on the top for this resume new section. Margin top of maybe 12px, maybe more than that, 42px. Yeah, looks fine, at least to me. Okay, so let me just um let me just make it response and test it out. Okay, so I guess this part looks fine, don't worry about it. So the part, the way this is responding is because of the nav bar that we are having. In the mobile view, we'll change the styling of it. I'll show you after completing the desktop view. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now I guess the whole part for the resume is done. So now we need to move to the inside part. So that we will be doing in the next video, where we'll be working on the styling of this particular section, education. We'll be having 4 videos, one for education, for work, and one for programming, and one for projects. So see you all guys over there. Till then, goodbye and take care.